and we're going to introduce our first speaker. Sue and I have only just met this afternoon, but I'm going to welcome Sue Ford. So Sue became business banking manager for Santander in 2018. And she's going to share this with you, but her job is to see how different businesses operate and to understand what Santander can do for them to help them grow. She's part of the bank's Women in Business Leaders Mentoring Programme. And today she's going to explore with you how entrepreneurs can grow their business when you haven't got a huge budget, same as I did in that beginning, keep costs low, manage customers, acquire customers, and adapt with digital tools. I'm really excited for this. I'm going to get my notebook ready and I'm going to hand over to Sue.
Oh, is it which one is this? Just that one? Okay, perfect. Brilliant. I have to put my glasses on. Oh, that was brilliant, that, Holly. Very inspirational. So today I'm going to talk about, let's see if it comes on. Okay, starting up on a shoestring. So we're going to discuss how to get your business off the ground when money is limited. If you're smart, you can keep your costs down, okay? So Holly gave me a little bit of an overview of what I've done. I've done various roles. I used to work for Thomas Cook, got made redundant, went to the bank about 10 years ago, started off as a personal banker, then went into select relationship manager, and then became a business banking manager. So I've never actually owned my own business, but doing this job has been one of the most rewarding jobs. It's great to see customers from the start of their journey, and obviously when they come back to me when their business is growing because they might want other support, but it is a brilliant job. It's really, really satisfying, and I can help share the tools that are available to them. Obviously I work for Santander, but it's not all about Santander. I'll tell them about the other services and things like that are out there for them. Okay, so obviously the Mastercard now, which is brilliant that we're involved in that, so that's really good. So we've just sort of done that. So when starting a business, no matter what your budget is, it never seems quite enough. And I think that's quite true. I think it's really easy to have this budget, but you might spend it in the wrong way. So I think it's just making sure that you do spend it in the right way. So the first bit that we're going to talk about is think lean. So with that, the first thing you need to do is write a business plan. So business plans, you might think, why do I want to do that? I'm really busy. Have I got the time to do it? But this is the most important thing you need to do. Obviously, vision boards and things like that are really important as well. But writing a business plan, you do have a reference to keep you on track. Having a plan allows you to see what is working well and what is not. It tracks your finances to see if you're on target. It enables you to see if it's not as well. And all your business idea, you've got to make sure that it is viable, because you might think you've got this really good business idea, but until you've wrote it down and gone through everything, is it going to be viable or not? So that's a really good sort of learn, I think. When you're starting your business, customers you might think, I need a premise to run the business from. And when you're starting on like a really, really small budget, using a big chunk of that on a premises, do you need it? Why can't you work from home? Office space, I mean, this is fantastic. I mean, coming here today has blown my mind, because I just think, why would you spend money on an office if you don't need it? Come to somewhere like this. It's great because you'll meet other businesses, you'll meet other people. So I think that's an amazing idea. Depending on your business, I mean, with the Thrive Street that's going on, and it's free for customers, keep saying customers, for businesses. You know, how good is that to showcase their business for free in the Arndale Centre? Who wouldn't want to do that? So I've got one of my customers that's going to come along on Saturday, I think Ed said. And as soon as I heard about it on Friday, I was like, I had to get on the phone to her, because I thought she's going to be amazing. And her name's Maisie Stanion, and she's Rework Vintage Network, and she's going to be there on Saturday showcasing her things. And if I hadn't told her about that, what a brilliant platform for her on Saturday. So I'm really excited that she's going along to that on Saturday. markets, different things like that. Look in your local area to encourage them to go and visit those. As I said, pop-up shops, great idea. And I know where I am, there's like local authorities that provide schemes, and in Wrexham there is a business enterprise hub, and they give you like a free office for like 2 years, which is absolutely amazing. So I think just do your research and don't blow all of your budget on the premises if you don't need one. I think that's really, really important. Equipment. So again, you might think, I need all the latest equipment. Why do you need it? You've most probably got a laptop at home, you've got mobile phones, you've got different things like that. Why don't you just use what you've got, and then once the money starts coming in, you can upgrade them. There's always like refurbished equipment. You spread the cost. So if you think, right, I do need a new laptop, for instance, see if you can get it on interest free and different things like that. Because again, why eat all your budget up really quickly? So I think that's a really good find on that there. Stock. So a lot of people think, again, I've got my business, I want to be up and running, I'm going to get my stock straight away. Why blow all of your budget again on your stock? Your cash will be tied up, which isn't ideal, when there are other startup costs as well. And so don't stockpile, understand the supply chain. How long will it take to be delivered? When purchasing stock, is it an all upfront payment, or can you pay a deposit? All these different things which are going to really, really help. And then there's also like the pay later as well, which again, if it's interest free, you know, why would you not sort of take advantage of that? Think lean doesn't mean cutting corners, but it might mean a bit of shopping around. And I think this is really important as well when you start a business. Paying your tax, because I think that's really important. You might get this tax bill, you might not even know that much about tax and different things like that. So always make sure that you do put money aside every month when you can to pay for your tax, because you might get this bill and you think, where am I going to get the money from that? This could be a nightmare. So again, I think that's really important. There. Okay, so we've just got the different, any questions or anything about that? No? Okay, so manage cash flow every day. So cash flow is the lifeline of your business. So a cash flow statement is a financial statement that shows you how much cash enters and leaves your business over a given period of time. It helps identify profitable parts of the business, spots any area of waste, and understands when and if you need to scale up or scale down. And here are the ways on how you can achieve this. Okay, so things like this might seem either daunting or very straightforward, but I think when you're setting up a business, having things like this to sort of make you think, this is how I want to run my business, helps. So send invoices promptly. So with that, when you send in your invoice to a customer or a client, always put down the terms and conditions and make it clear to your customer when it needs to be paid by, because again, you might not have that much money in the bank. So if you've like done a job and you're having to chase them, that's just going to make things difficult. So always chase the payments as soon as they're late. Ask your customers to pay deposits or upfront fees, pay balance and deliver. So when it's on delivery, make sure if they can pay there and then, because that'll obviously help. And when the work is completed. And then this is important as well, I think, pay your bills on time. So you want to build up your business credit sort of straight away from the onset. So then that's really important. Also, if someone finds out that you're not very good at paying your bills, are they going to want to deal with you? They might think, I'm not going to put my money into them. So there are all these like different things just to help you. You want to get your business out there as a good reputational business. So I think that's always really good. Spread costs. So say, for instance, every business really needs to take out business insurance. You might think that's really boring, but you do really need to take out business insurance. Do it over direct debit. A lot of the companies don't charge to do it like that. But say, for instance, your budget is, say, I'm just 5,000. Your business insurance is £1,000. These are just examples. that's a lot of your budget gone straight away. So just pay it monthly. That sort of really helps sort of with all of your different spending. Okay. And then stick to your budget. So I think always refer back to your business plan because you'll have all your details on there. So track your spending and stick to your budget. Realistically, your budget will require flexibility. And if you find you are overspending, go back to your business plan and revisit your forecast because I think that's really, really important. It makes good sense to get these good habits from the start. They become your routine and you're more likely to stick to them as your business grows. So, I think just keep on track of things. You might think this isn't your area, but you need, because this is your business, you need to be on track of everything really on that there. Okay. So do your research. Okay. So they always say, don't they, don't ask your mum or family members if you think it's going to be a good business idea because they're most probably going to lie to you. And I think that is most probably going to happen, isn't it? So if they say, do you think this is good? They're like, oh yeah, that's really good. So I think it's always best to do your own research, and the best people to ask are your potential customers, okay? Because they're going to obviously tell you the truth. So I think this is, don't rely on friends and families. They will lie to you. So competitors and market research, okay? Most entrepreneurs spend more time on their products than getting to know the competition. Focus on your brand. Competitors have tested the market, made mistakes, or enjoyed wins. A lot of us, which we can learn from to ensure your business is a success. So what that means is, obviously, if you're going into a market, and always check what they're doing. And just see if there's something better that you can do. So, there's nothing. How are you going to stand out from the crowd, really? So I think that's really important. And then industry trends. So analysing market trends is key to adapting and changing your business. Keeping current and ahead of the industry and for continual growth. Make the most of the digital tools and analytics to assess in the industry trends. Listen to your customer. This is the most important advice. Observe your competitors on a regular basis. So always check in and see what they're doing on there. And then business planning. Market research is an effective tool for your business plan. It's an insight into what your customers are thinking, buying patterns and location. Is your business going to succeed in this market, and how will you stand out? So again, research is always key to whatever you do. So wear different hats. Okay. So with this one here, I think again, try everything in the business. Don't just think, oh, I'm going to employ someone to do that. I think to run your own business, you need to be at the heart of it. So always make sure that you have a go at doing all the different areas, and these are all the different areas. So finances. First thing to do when starting a business is open up a business account. And obviously I'm not here to, I obviously open customers' business accounts, but I'm not here to promote that. But you can't run a business without a business account. So that's one of the first things you need to do. There's lots of different providers out there. So some customers will want face-to-face. Some customers will be quite happy just doing it all digitally. So what I would say, if you are thinking of setting up your own business, is just do a Google search of business bank accounts, startup businesses. A lot of banks will offer free banking. So again, if you are limited to a budget, you don't want to have to pay a monthly fee or anything like that. So shop around, see who you think you want to bank with, because some people do want like high street presence and they want to be able to come into the branch. Others are just quite happy doing it all online. So yeah, just have a look at that. You might find this boring, but use an accountant. Initially, they might offer like an introduction or a free chat or something like that, just to get you into it. And there are other tools out there. So you need to keep track of your finances. So there's lots of different tools that are out there. So like when I was looking for a customer, there's free trials and different like QuickBooks and different things like that. So that's always quite good to look at, and stay close to your finances. Everything we have covered so far is about your cash flow, and don't spend it if you don't have it too. Sales. So you may feel you can't sell your product or service. It's not your strength, and you feel more comfortable doing the finances, for example. If you don't sell your own product or service, you can't see your customers' reactions to what you're selling. So customers, I think Holly touched on it, their feedback's going to be sometimes positive, sometimes negative. Obviously, we all want positive comments, don't we, about our business? We don't really want them to say negative things. But if you're not on the front line, seeing your customers' reactions to whatever you're selling or your service that you're providing, you need to be in the heart of it. So I think any new business, make sure you are at the forefront of the selling the product or the service. And make sure you act on it. So a customer might tell you something and you might think, oh, yeah, that is a good idea, but then you don't do anything about it. Definitely act on it, because then that customer will see that you've acted on it. And again, it builds your brand and different things like that. So I think that's really important as well. Marketing. So getting involved in your local community, that's a really good idea for marketing. Make use of social media, which I know we're going to cover off, aren't we, later on in this in the masterclasses. Get free press coverage, so that is out there. So if you're launching a new business, see if a local paper or will cover your story, and you don't have to pay for it. Create a blog, speak at events, trial networking groups. They're a great way of launching your business. Loads of networking groups that I know of. You can go for quite a few free sessions and get your business launched. So that's really good. Connect with influencers. Again, if you're selling a product and you give away samples and different things like that, I think that's a really good idea. And run competitions, but again, make sure you can afford them as well. Production and manufacturing. So if you are involved in the production, you're not the only person who knows. So say, for instance, you're doing all the production for the business and then something happens to you, always make sure there is somebody else that can do it for you. Because what would happen if, say, you became ill or something like that? If there's someone else that can step in and run your business, especially when the business is growing, I think that's a really good idea. And then distribution. So find out the best way to distribute your products. So I was sort of thinking about this. How can I bring it alive a little bit? So say your business was selling magazines. So initially you could go and deliver the magazines yourself, couldn't you? Say you've got 500, you could do it yourself. The business takes off, and then say you've got 5,000 magazines that needs to be distributed. That's when you can look at, getting someone to do that for you. But again, don't sort of take on costs that you don't need, because you can do it all yourself initially. So I think that's a really good take on that one there. Okay. And then focus on customer acquisition. So it's about getting customers to purchase your goods and services. Okay, so I think always know your target market. What does your ideal customer look like? So that can be, for example, their age, sex, occupation, household income. These are some of the demographics which you may need to identify your target market as. By focusing on your ideal customer will stop you wasting your time on trying to convince people who are unlikely to buy your customers. So unlikely to buy from you. So again, there's no point pitching to someone that is not going to have any interest in your products or service. Make sure you get to the right target audience on there. I think this is really good. Referrals. So the best people I think to ask for referrals are from your customers, because they will be happy. If they're happy customers, they'll be happy to sell and recommend your business. And I think they like doing that. So say, it's like if I've been somewhere good and I've had really good service, you'll tell your friends, won't you? You'll go into work and say, oh, that was a really good product or service. So I think anything like that's really good. And then do your own sales as well. So not everyone loves selling, but your business relies on it. If you can be hands-on at the start, you'll learn so much. And it enables you to tell your story. So again, if you're a new business, I think that's what the customers like to hear, don't they? Everything, how your business started and different things like that. So I think that's always good. You need to love your brand, and then the customers will love it as well. Using platforms like LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, but I know this again is being covered off. And then incentives, we all have a good deal, don't we? So you could do a prize draw. This attracts existing and new customers. So say, for instance, this is just, again, another example. You're a beautician and your customer pays for like 6 sessions, then maybe the 7th session could be half price. So again, these are just different things that will incentivize, and your customer will think they're getting a good deal, so that'll be really good as well. But just always make sure it's affordable as well. And then do one thing well. So this is really important. When customers are looking at your business, say so through your website, social media, in person, they want to get your business straight away. So don't overcomplicate things. Focus on what you do best. So there's an example. There's a company down in Wales which I can't pronounce, and all they sell is jeans. So I don't know whether you've seen it. Have you seen it? Yeah. So, and what I love about this is this sums it up okay for their business. So we make jeans, that's it. Nothing else, no distractions, nothing to steal our focus, no kidding ourselves. We can't be good at everything, and we're not trying to conquer the world. That's why we just stick to making jeans. And I think that's brilliant because they're not trying too many different things all at once. So I think that's, I think you might think, oh, I need to do this, this and this, but just prioritise what is going to make your business stand out and just go from there. And then further down the line, as your business grows, that's when you can look at improving and doing different things as well. Okay. So with this one here, so a bit of audience participation on this one. Okay, so I'm going to give you a moment to read these, okay? So this really surprised me when I looked at these figures. Now, these are from 2022, so I think that's, they're quite relevant, aren't they, these figures? So what percentage of small businesses didn't have a website in 2022? Has anyone got a guess? 20%. 20%? Oh, quite close. Yeah. Now, it does. I need to look at mine because that's on the next slide. I didn't write that down. Hey, 20. Have you got it up here? 20. Ah, right. Okay. So 29% of small businesses didn't have a website. So that amazed me because I thought most people have websites, don't they? What percentage of UK SMEs didn't use digital technology in 2022? Any ideas? I'll get Stu's got the answers for these. So 40%. What do you say? 20? 30? What was it, Stu? 20%. What percentage of small businesses didn't have social media for businesses in 2022? So 40-50%? Any? It was 60%. So that's massive. And these are true figures. I haven't made these figures up. So they are true figures. So I was shocked at that because I just thought everyone used social media. So yeah. And then what percentage of retail sales were made via e-commerce in 2022? 70%? Yeah? It was 27. So for me, yeah, what really stood out with this is if someone was online and, connecting them all together, how many more business sales could have been made? But again, it's things like this that will highlight how you do need to you need to go digital, don't you? It's massive. So I think there's so many sales, most probably last year, that didn't happen because they just didn't have their own website, or they weren't on social media and different things like that. So that was huge. So that's that. Oh, have we finished? So I hope you found that interesting. It's not my forte, is public speaking, so hopefully I've done okay. But what I just want to point out as well, and I know I work for Santander, but there's so much information on our website that will really help any business, and that doesn't mean you have to bank with us. We run this breakthrough program, and I've been involved in that, and in my passion really is the Woman in Business mentoring program, because it's helped so many new and existing customers benefit. It's a program that runs from March till November, and it's you apply online, and you're selected if you get on it. 3 of my customers, one won it last year, and I've got 2 on the program this year, and the feedback, and I'm not just saying it, is amazing. I went on a peer-to-peer session a couple of weeks ago, and it was amazing. There was these business women, didn't know each other, in a, breakout room. Amazing. They were opening up about everything to do with their business. It was to do with risk, it was. And I just sat there and I thought, this is amazing. They don't know each other, and they're giving out all this information about their business. And that's a program that runs out. So you don't even have to be a Santander customer for that. So that'll start, you apply for it in January, and then it starts in March. So that's just something to think about. And then there's the QR codes on there if you need any more help and support. So hope that's okay. Okay, so.
You, Sue. So great to put a face to a big brand. And a few things I pulled out of there that I can kind of agree with Sue on. I think the office space, even pre-working from home trend, we didn't get offices. We got a tiny office within 3 years, and our big office in 2019. So totally agree with that. To do with paying suppliers, we've always said we create the ultimate experience for our clients, our team, and our suppliers, because again, talking about your customer's truth, they will market for you. And totally agree with paying the tax. I'm called like Alibaba. I literally would always, I've still got the bank account that's called tax account, and I still to this day put it all away, and then there's no surprises. So does Santander or Mastercard have any templates for business plans that people could maybe download or? Yeah, that'd be great. And then maybe even in the Facebook group, we could put a link to the mentor program, because
I could go on all day about that.
Yeah.
So go on the website, Beyond Banking, all over the information.
Yeah, brilliant. Oh, I thought that was fab. Thank you.